All right, Paris Saint-Germain homegrown. It was time to bring in some big guns. We had some money, so we went for the big boys, and I think it's time to introduce you to a few of them. I've spent 200 million. I'm out of order. Now, folks, if you thought that Paris Saint-Germain were ruining French football to begin with, you've seen nothing yet, believe me. I've spent loads of money. Now, the reason we come to this page is because FC Nantes, I don't know how you'd say it, similar to that, I would say, won the French Cup last year. I thought I was winning it, but no, apparently I was winning the League Cup version, so not as impressive. So if anything, this is probably theirs. Right, bit awkward. But we play them later today. But before we get to that game in what is essentially the French Charity Shield, Community Shield, we will show you the transfers that have been brought in. Ho ho ho. But before we do that, I'm prolonging it a little longer. You can see there some of the outs. We've actually sold one or two French players. Stambouli being the main one, off to Valencia. Ongenda's gone because it turns out he's not actually French. You live and learn. Sabali wasn't French to begin with. Bayabak's left. Ismac Murin's left because we've brought in, as I say, the big guns. Also, Gabriel Obertan's left. Let's face it, they was never really here. So in financial order, the cheapest signing we've made so far is Moussa Dembele. Not the Belgian international, obviously. The Frenchman, who you probably know was at Fulham. He's had a move to Celtic. And then we brought him for the measly fee of 2.6 million. He's going to probably be our third/fourth choice striker this season. What a position to have. Next up, we've brought Remy Walter from Nice. I think, while not going to be a starter this season, young French, capped on the 21 level, just filling the French quota. This is where we start to ramp things up a little bit. Second choice keeper. We've already got Hugo Lloris, but I thought, well, if we're going to win every competition this year, Stéphane Ruffier is the guy we need. A French international, not played a massive amount of games. Hugo Lloris is the first choice starter, but £7 million from Saint Etienne. Delighted. Now, this is a transfer I was very excited about. We've brought him in from Monaco for 10.5 million. Timu Bakayoko, I think is how you'd say it. We're currently injured, so you won't see him today. But as a French youth international, is going to come through the ranks and hopefully push for a starting place later towards the season. Again, it's a rotation game, people. He's got to be involved. I've just realised that rotation game sounds a little bit like a rubbish version of the Generation game. And here's your host, not today. Okay, Samuel Umtiti, you'll have heard of him, I've no doubt. He obviously got a big summer move to Barcelona in the sort of the season just gone. He was at Lyon before that. We've brought him back to France for 19.5 million. Didn't play a great deal at Barcelona, but to get it done for that amount of money isn't too bad in my opinion. To play on that left side of the back two with varied options. But yeah, Umtiti's in. Jeffrey Kundogbia, a player that I had in my Parma save that you might well remember if you watched that. We've spent 26 million on him after Inter had only just bought him for 25 million. So I think we've done okay there. Central midfield boss. I think him and Smith-Tweedy in the middle are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Look at his face. He's so intriguing, isn't he? I've got some mysteries that you will uncover. That's what I'm picturing. Mysteries. Well, I look forward to them, Jeffrey. It's quite hard to be threatening when you're called Jeffrey. Let's face it. Now, you already know about Antoine Griezmann, so I will show you that one now. We've got two more to go. Antoine Griezmann, they brought in, plays on that left-hand side. Could play him up front if needs be, but probably going to have him on that left side to begin with, at least. He cost me £25 million. It's a lot of money, but just look at him. Look at the attribute bits. Look at all the green. He's very good. Karim Benzema, 28 years of age. I've gone big with the attacking force this season. We've brought him in 32.5 million from Real Madrid. Didn't have the most prolific of seasons last season, but if we're going to buy the best French players, then he was certainly on that list. And we've got one more to show you. He probably needs a strike partner, you're thinking. So who is it? I bought him. He had such a good year last year. I bought him. Anthony Martial, 45 million, 27 goals, 12 assists. In all competitions, he got 41 goals. I'd be stupid not to bring him in, wouldn't I? So Anthony Martial returns and will play up front alongside Karim Benzema in what will be a deadly strike force. My favourite part about this challenge is that, because, as you can see, basically, if they're not playing for Paris Saint-Germain, they're just described as targets. I can't get it. Basically, if they're not at Paris Saint-Germain, I've tried and failed. The big one I really want is Varane, but he just... Madrid are saying no. I'm not willing to go any higher than 70 million. I think it's getting daft. But, as you can see, our team dominate the French national team. Wonderful stuff. So, going into our first game with the new lineup, this is what we're going to play. Hugo Lloris in goal, Debussy at right back, Zuma and Umtiti to be the centre-back partnership, Kurzawa on that left-hand side, Matuidi and Kondogbia in the middle, Griezmann on one side, Payet on the other. They're both playing as wingers for now. We might change them both to inside forwards at some point. Benzema is the false nine next to Anthony Martial. We're attacking, and our instructions are very much the same as they were last year. It could be a good season. You know, as do I, that this is the final season with Paris Saint-Germain, no matter what happens, and the objective is to win the Champions League. I think we have a squad capable of doing just that. So let's see if we can start the season on the right foot and win the French version of the Community Shield. It does have a proper name. The Champions Trophy. That actually sounds better. Okay then, here are my boys. They look, I must say, it looks quite threatening. Griezmann, Payet, Benzema, Martial, Matuidi and Kondogbia. I say all of this and then realise that that is just the French national team. One big absentee, you might think, where is he? Paul Pogba is not leaving Manchester United. Surprisingly, they don't want to sell him. So, there you are. Also, a few of you might be interested in the finances of the club. When you are Paris Saint-Germain, you get a lot of money in terms of sponsorship. 310 million to be exact. It's daft, I understand. But you can see here then we have 188 million left in the bank, 90 million left to spend. I have revealed all the transfers at the end of July. I can't see us doing too much more business, but stay tuned to the next episode because this is me saying this and it's probably going to be a lie. Right then, team talk. I expect you to come back with that trophy. Now, a lot of these players weren't here last season to get us to the position to win the league, but this year they're here to win the Champions League. But let's start things right with this match today against FC. No. Now, the ideal scenario would, of course, for us to be just win 5-0 and it'd be a doddle and we not worry about things too much. As Griezmann, known for his throw-ins, has got this on the left-hand side. Ball into Kondogbia. Well, new signing to new signing. After 4 minutes, Jeffrey Kondogbia puts Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 up. I might just rename this save France. You can see here that Matuidi plays it into Griezmann. First time cross. My word, what a cross that is. And Kondogbia, I don't really know what he's doing that far forward, but he gets the goal. No complaints if it's in the back of the net. Absolutely no complaints. Ball played in by No. And, oh, well, it's offside. It's been nice as well. Lots of people have been sending in messages about the fact they're doing this. I've said this before, but people still seem to be doing it. But they're not just doing it in France. They're doing it. A lot of people have done it in Germany. A few have tried it in Barcelona and Real Madrid. You're learning now, though, aren't you, that it's quite difficult to get a side assembled and not get sacked. I did quite a good job, despite the fact signing Obertan. I'm doing such a good job that we're 1-1 now. Valentin Esuric with the goal. 1-1. This was not part of the plan. One big miss for Paris Saint-Germain this season, you may have noticed he wasn't in the squad list to begin with, is Hassan Ben Arfa, who's just picked up an injury for 5 months. So we won't see him till the January, and it might mean we buy someone of a similar mould to him, if possible. We kind of have all of those players, though. I mean, Valbuena's probably the option, but we've just bought in Benzema, so allegedly. I feel like that was just the right word to say in that scenario. We're just chilling out. What's confusing for my eyes as well is that the Paris Saint-Germain kit could well be the French kit. It's a little bit of a darker blue, but I don't know who I'm managing anymore. Griezmann into Martial. We're coming forward with it into Karim Benzema now. Plays it back to Kondogbia, who the ball is poor. Matuidi, though, back out to Griezmann. We've seen him assist one already into Benzema, who has his shot blocked. Dimitri Payet on that side, but Payet. I think I just call him Payet. Dimitri Payet. Payet with a free kick into Martial, and if it's onside, it's 2-1, and it is 2-1. Martial back in the team. Now a first choice Paris Saint-Germain player. And we own him, which is important, gets the goal. Dimitri Payet, you think from there he'd probably have a shot, but no, plays it into Martial. Pinpoint accuracy, and the finish isn't too bad either. 2-1 as we draw closer to half-time. Right then, half-time is upon us. A couple of bookings for us in the defensive line, but not too much trouble in my opinion. I'm happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. I think next episode what we'll do is look at the Champions League. We will try and focus at least, well, if we don't just do the group, we'll bring the first few games of the Champions League. Of course, that is the target for this year. The league, I'm hoping, will be quite straightforward. If that ends up not being the case, I will cover that in more detail. But we won it last year with a squad not as good as this one, so I'll be interested to see how we get on next year. But yeah, the Champions League will be sort of the focus of this season with Paris Saint-Germain. And I should say, if we continue the Homegrown Challenge with another team before FM17, we will do it within the same world that we've created with Paris Saint-Germain. I will obviously try and join a new team at the end, as Benzema with his debut goal, Griezmann with another assist, and it's 3-1. And we look very good. We look very efficient. They've had one shot on target, nonce. I mean, football Twitter's loving this episode, let me tell you. You can see Benzema on the volley. It was good. It was again pinpoint. Look, if you're getting the big names, you want big performances. We've reinforced the forward line with Antoine Griezmann and Karim Benzema. Kudogby is back there with Titi. I feel like I've bought well. And you might be sat there thinking, you should have brought this player in. I probably tried. I probably failed. Right then, as we draw ever closer to the end of this game, it looks like it's going to be a 3-1 win for Paris Saint-Germain, and it is FC Nantes with the 1 goal, Paris Saint-Germain with the 3 goals, and that does indeed bring us to the end. I'm very satisfied. We've even had the top goal scorers in the competition, which is always good to see. And that does bring us to the end then. Who do you think will be the star of the season? Will it be Martial? Again, will it be Benzema? Will it be Griezmann? Maybe it's someone who we've already had here. Will it be Dimitri Payet? Maybe Ben Yedder will start to play a little bit more. That is the squad then, all in all. If you want to take a quick look at it, there it is for your eyes. And yeah, that does bring us to the end. So, if you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And with love, with care, from me, that's Benji. Until next time, au revoir. That's the word for today. That means goodbye. I've worked it all in nicely.